What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we are going to be analysing the Manchester City Carabao Cup quarter-final match between Manchester City, who were away at Oxford United. Before we crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you're enjoying the content, then make sure you subscribe by pressing that red button, pressing the bell, and putting your push notifications on. Make sure also you go and check out my social media links, which you can find in the description below and popping up on screen for my Twitter and Instagram. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video, and make sure also you leave your thoughts in the comments below for this game. So we're going to crack on. It's just going to be a quick match reaction, match analysis, match review, whatever you want to call it. Just a nice short video, this really. So we saw Claudio Bravo starting in goal for Manchester City, Joao Cancelo and Angelino out at wing backs, Taylor Harwood-Bellis and Eric Garcia starting at the back for City, which I loved, by the way. Rodri starting along with Phil Foden in the middle, and seeing Zinchenko also swapping with Phil Foden, dropping a bit deeper, then going a little bit more attacking and roaming and giving the freedom of the midfield, which is a more natural position for Zinchenko. So that was nice to see, as we saw Bernardo Silva and Riyad Mahrez occupying the wings for City, as Raheem Sterling, who was captaining, led the line. So we went without a striker. It's a pretty decent team that from City. For Oxford, Massinho, he was on the bench along with Hall, which surprised me as we saw Fosu starting. I'm not too sure why Massinho and Hall were on the bench, but I was positive that we'd probably see them at some point. So yeah, there we go. So first half of City, quiet 20 minutes or so, but 22 minutes in, Joao Cancelo managed to open up the scoring for City to make it 1-0. So nice play out from the back, nice build-up. Cancelo sees an opportunity as Mahrez drops deeper for him to go and run into space on the right wing. He does, dribbled into the box, ends up having a shot. Weren't the best of shots, but the deflection saw it become a very good shot and find the only place really that it could go into the back of the net on the left-hand side, City's left-hand side, or the keeper's right-hand side, and into the back of the net. I'll take that every day of the week. 1-0 to Manchester City. We went in at half-time, 1-0. Weren't brilliant, 9 shots, just 2 on target really. But with so many changes, I'd probably take that. Was never going to be a perfect performance really, but we were winning. Just needed that nice killer instinct, get that second goal, seal the game, make some changes is what I've noted down. But I did note that Oxford were playing well, defending okay, but did look very dangerous going forwards, which paid dividends into the second half. Just 21 seconds in, Matty Taylor turns Harwood-Bellis, leaves him for dead, and ends up poking a nice finish into the bottom corner as he sends Bravo the wrong way for 1-1. Lessons to be learned, I felt, for Taylor Harwood-Bellis. He was sold far too easily. It's a learning curve though. When these things happen, I can forgive when they're young players. Like if this was Otamendi starting at centre-back for City, I'd probably be quite angry, but Taylor Harwood-Bellis, he's learning. I can forgive these mistakes as long as he does learn from these. So, disappointed start to the half, no clean sheet either, but, you know, we didn't have to last too long with the negativity, really. I will make one note, the ball was still rolling in the free kick in the build-up, which VAR should, if it was in operation in this game, have disallowed the goal for Oxford, but we're nitpicking. I felt like Oxford played well, and to me, probably did deserve the goal, so, yeah, you know, it is what it is. But City ended up only waiting, well, 6 minutes or so, 52 minutes in. Angelino managed to get free down the left, put a nice cute ball right down the middle, split the Oxford defence in half, and there's Raheem Sterling just to tap home to make it 2-1 to Manchester City. Then from there, Bravo ended up making an incredible save. I think it was edge of the area, but Oxford managed to get a decent shot. I think it was a volley away, and Bravo managed to get a good hand onto it and tip it wide, which was a really good save. And then from there, Oxford were putting ball after ball after ball into the box, which was being dealt with from our defence. So fair credit to our 2 young centre-backs, and obviously Angelino, who was starting at left-back, and Joao Cancelo starting at right-back, and Rodri on his defensive duties, because they defended really well. There was lots of good balls put into the box by Oxford. So I felt like we did really well with that regards, as we managed to stay into the game. City then responded to that, making some changes. Zinchenko went in at left-back, a more familiar position for Manchester City anyway, as we saw Gabriel Jesus come on, so we've got a striker on, as Angelino and for Angelino, and Gundogan ended up coming on for Rodri in defensive midfield, which ended up restoring a nice comfortable flow to our midfield, which did sort out the little barrage that Oxford did have at 2-1 to City. City did make it 3-1 through Riyad Mahrez, lovely chip over, but he was a good yard or so offside. But yeah, there we go, a good decision made by the officials. I don't think the officials had too great a game, but they did get that decision right, so, you know, fair credit for that. But we didn't have to wait too long. 70 minutes in, 3-1. Raheem Sterling managed to get a brace. Gabriel Jesus, he stumbled and overhits, so he ends up playing a short pass across for Raheem Sterling to tap in rather than having to go himself. Counter-attack from City there. Job done. 3-1. Moments later, Cancelo could have had a brace too. Smashed the outside of the post. Yeah, that's pretty much it really. Finished 3-1 to Manchester City. Not the greatest of performance, but really it was job done from us really. So we'll have a look at the stats. 66% possession for City to Oxford, sorry, 34% possession. 18 shots for Oxford, 5 on target. 18 shots for City, 4 on target. So Oxford's matched us in shots and had more shots on target, which is obviously something that we're going to have to improve on going into the next game against Leicester, but shows just how well Oxford did. Fair credit to them. They had a crack, they had a go. They lost 3-0 against us last year in the Carabao Cup. They had a go this time, lost 3-1. They can exit the cup with their heads held high. Fair credit to Oxford. Had a really good game. City, 4 shots on target, 3 goals. That's pretty clinical. 18 shots and 4 shots on target from them 18 shots isn't pretty clinical. But, you know, 4 shots on target, 3 goals returned is pretty decent. 675 passes from City, 88% pass completion rate. 331 from Oxford, 78% pass completion rate. Let's not forget here that Oxford United are a League One side. Good attacking side, play some good football, played really well in this game. City created more clear-cut chances, more crosses put into the box. City dealt with 22 of the 24 crosses that were put into our box. So like I said, well done to Harwood Bellis and well done to Eric Garcia. Absolutely fantastic. I felt like both of them can leave with their heads held high. Aerial duels, Oxford were more dominating. City ended up having more clearances, more blocks, but for Oxford had more interceptions. Why do I keep calling them Watford? I do not know. I apologise. But my conclusion, well done to Oxford. Huffed and puffed. Gave a good account of themselves, played better than they did in the game against us last year, and just wanted to wish them all the best of luck for the rest of the season. On another day, they could have scored more, and if they'd been clinical, we could have had a serious cup upset on our hands. As it is, that hasn't happened, so we move on with our lives. Raheem Sterling, my JSGC man of the match. Got a brace. Harwood Bellis and Eric Garcia both gave a good account of themselves, so like I said, so they get a special shout out. And I thought Cancelo did really well offensively, getting himself a goal. Could have had 2, which is good to see. But there's lots of lessons to be learned. There's lots of lessons for our young players to learn. It was nice to see Bernard coming on as well and getting some minutes for City. But as it is, job done. We're in the semi-final. Draw was done last night. If you've been living under a rock, we've got 2 more Manchester derbies to look forward to. Man United will be playing Man City over 2 legs. The first leg's going to be in January at Old Trafford. I think that's on the 7th, Tuesday the 7th, 8 o'clock kickoff. On January 7th, by the way, 2020, for the first leg of the Carabao Cup semi-final. Second leg's going to be on the 29th, I think, of January, which is at the Etihad Stadium, which has got a 7:45 kickoff time. So that to look forward to. 2 Manchester derbies in the other semi-final. It is Leicester City going up against Aston Villa. So that's who awaits us in the final, should we get there. Makes it interesting. We're going to want revenge for the Premier League. But in conclusion, we move on to Leicester on Saturday evening in the Premier League. Looking forward to that game. We're going to have to play better than we did in this game, but it'll have a more familiar feel with the teams. So there we go. That's been the video. Don't forget, like, comment, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. See you all again for the next video. So it's been JSGC. We'll have a wonderful rest of your day. Peace. Ciao for now.